Green flag, green flag.
We're set, we're all clear. The Merlin Triple Crown, Hidden Valley Raceway, Darwin, race 1 of 3 this weekend. This place always turns it on. What have we got in store for today? Heimgartner's made a bursting start. He's blazing down the inside. He's actually nudged into the back of Davison, trying to give him a giddy-up. But he hasn't quite got the space to get there. Deep Pasquale on the outside, Davison on the inside. They're arguing over the lead, and Heimgartner wants a piece of it as someone blazes into the weeds.
Well, that's actually hurt. The way that ended up rolling out, that's actually hurt Davison, because Deep Pasquale is going to be on the inside and make contact with each other on the way into turn 5. That was very robust between the teammates.
Pasquale over Davison.
Watch for Van Gisbergen to put a move on Heimgartner. This is the one I was talking about. He locks the wheel. I thought he was going to make contact with him and drive him straight off the road. That's Jack Smith in the fence. I think that was on the way into turn 5, on the way into the valley there. Who's around? Is that Holdsworth?
That's
Reynolds off. So that's contact down the hill.
There's a huge amount of bumper damage goes on in the early phase of these races. Here up into 6, and hanging the tail on the exit of the hairpin is Brody Kostecki, and an awkward crunch between Will Brown and Chris Pither. It's damaged the front left corner of Will's car.
Broken front left.
And he's going to have to come in.
And it's also punctured the right rear of Pither too, Neil.
Any more information on your way in?
He's going to have to take it very gently inbound to the pit lane.
Jeez, it's been a pretty fiery first couple of laps. God.
Control to all teams, 15-second time penalty to car 14, driving infringement.
Bryce Forward's got 15 seconds as a fine for a roll in something somewhere. There are a few cars off the edge of the road.
Good explanation.
Yeah. Stay tuned with us to provide you with all the facts.
Could have been anything.
And Shane all the while trying to get round the outside to try and grab position number 3. And this is the aftermath of what's gone on there at turn 5 with Jack Smith, and he's just nudged up into the barrier, and that was what pushed the front bumper back. You can see the crease in the front left guard. So that's Bryce Forward giving David Reynolds a love bite in the final corner.
And that's why he's got the 15-second penalty for putting David Reynolds off the road. This is the awkward contact now between Will Brown and Chris Pither into turn 7. And it's steering damage on the left-hand front for Will Brown and a punctured rear tyre there for Pither. That was Scott Pye pushing Cam Waters out into the weeds coming out of turn 5. And then there was the commensurate bump and grind straight after that, which this is the piece now with Kostecki, Pither and Will that ends up making contact. So the right rear damage and the spin for Pither, and then the left-hand front steering damage and corresponding puncture for Will Brown in the Boost Mobile Commodore. So he's into the pit, put another steering arm in that one. Barry Ryan did a very quick wheel alignment assessment. Could be working at your local garage. He said it's got way too much toe out, so we better fix that before it goes. Car goes into the pit, and that's the rectification works that we're looking at right now.
Quick wheel alignment going on for Will Brown there. Only car back in the garage, and a 15-second penalty hanging over Bryce Forward.
Slade now with a much better run off turn 1. This is always ugly when you're trying to get 2 cars through this very fast, elevated. Oh, and he tried to outbrake him around the outside, Tim Slade, then locked the front wheel and was not able to get across in front of him. So that has put him back 2 or 3 spots compared to where he was trying to get by Jacobson. He was right alongside Jacobson through that 215k section.
They're responding at BJR here and bringing Heimgartner in. Jake Kostecki also in as they prepare to get David Reynolds back. So this is key, because remember the battle between this guy and Mostert. And Chaz has got the 1 lap advantage in the undercut. So where do they feed out? So Andre just departing the pit lane now. And Chaz is going to be all over him in the braking area.
He is.
And he's gone all the way to the inside to cover him. And Chaz whips around the outside. And it took a long, long, deep breath to get it done, and he got it done. And Andre had to duck to the inside quite aggressively to do it. And eventually he got there.
Be interesting whether Red Bull respond immediately. Another good stop.
Yeah, nice, clean, efficient stop. So his stop then was a 3.5 mark. That was very good, very efficient stop. Macaulay Jones on the inside in the Kubota entry. There's the margin between the two teammates. That hasn't altered much between their two stops. Now what do they do with Van Gisbergen? He's leading by 7.1 seconds over Winterbottom and pressing on.
3.
Yeah. So remember, I marked it in the Hino hub. So this costs you some more time, but it gives you lap speed. Here's the rejoin. There's our leaders. It's a sacrificing of track position and trading off against the notion of grip. But more people have actually joined this party. His own teammate's going to grab him. So this is a tall order now. With 15 laps to go, that's a lot of traffic to deal with.
We're hearing that stop was 11 point something.
0.5. Garth?
So the drama with Shane Van Gisbergen's stop was the left rear. You can see it right there on your screen. The tyre got away from him and then slow getting it on. So the working side doing 2 tyres actually got done before the 1 tyre getting done on the left rear. That's what held up Van Gisbergen.
Colder wheel back on the hub sometimes. There's all the interference angles and the difference in the thermal expansion of the hub versus the wheels.
So the equation and...
Did he get hit yet?
Pye and Winterbottom, did they touch, or was that just an awkward moment on the departure of turn 1 for Scott? So Heimgartner, Mostert, Davison, they won't just bow and say thank you, please, which way would you like to pass? They'll make life difficult.
They certainly will. And this is now Winterbottom with fresher tyres putting pressure on Feeney. Feeney's one of the real movers and shakers with that early stop. He's up 9 positions, as you can see on your totem there. Courtney up 10. Ojada's done a nice job there. He's up 11 spots. But he will have to have his elbows out, and straight down the inside goes Scott Pye. And the run, so he's running wide, and the run that Waters is going to have, he's also going to get down the inside too. So remember, it was 1 second coming at him. Now it's only half a second.
And part of that is the use of the tyre. Part of it is getting tangled up with Chaz. But he starts to slice it down the inside and finishes that job. That's P3 now for Van Gisbergen. 3.1 seconds away from the lead, 6 laps remaining. And so that displaces Mostert off the podium. Anton might be going to get away with this. This is the telling lap. If he can't clear Will Davison on this lap, Anton will bag it.
And the 2 spots that he's got to be really careful is the next corner, the approach into turn 5. Make sure you park it, get yourself sorted. He's a little bit too far back there, Van Gisbergen, so he's safe for now there. Whoa! Locks the rear brakes and was only just able to regain control of that Commodore before he turned it in.
Enthralling battle, though. Fascinating. Beyond these guys, Mostert's hanging in there in 4th. Heimgartner's a solid 5th. Winterbottom a solid 6th. Then Pye, Waters, Feeney and Courtney our top 10. It's far from over here as far as Van Gisbergen's concerned, as he throws this thing at the back of the shell car through turn 7. But there can be some relaxation for Anton De Pasquale. Up into the final complex now for the last time. Will he duck down the inside? He thought about it, and Will was onto it and drove down the inside. That makes him slightly slower on exit, but it doesn't matter. He's got it covered. For his first win of the 22 season, Anton De Pasquale victorious in Darwin.
Awesome. Good job, guys.
From Will Davison. From Shane Van Gisbergen. And there's the margin to 4th and 5th to Mostert and Heimgartner. And this little battle continues to rage. Got Percat involved here with LeBrock and Hazelwood. These fellas are arguing over the mid-teens, 14, 15, 16. Look at how much rubbish there is on the inside of the racetrack there, Mark. It's like a motocross track. And is Jack going to get up there? I think he has, and he wins it by the tiniest of margins. It was a Lightning McQueen margin in the end, that one.
It certainly was.
Finally converting some of those Armorall poles that he's had. He's had 3 of them so far this year, and that is the result that he's been looking for right there. Home by 1.1 seconds over Will Davison. Charging Shane Van Gisbergen, who elected to take 3 wheels and tyres home in 3rd, followed by Mostert, Heimgartner. Then Winterbottom, a solid result from his teammate Pye, Waters, Feeney, Courtney. That's our 10.
Brody and Jake Kostecki, 11 and 12. Tim Slade, he's made some decent progress there from LeBrock, Percat Holdsworth, Hazelwood, Ajay, Fullwood, and then Thomas Randall, remembering that Bryce Fullwood took that penalty of 15 seconds in the mid-race for his role in the kerfuffle at the other end of the circuit with David Reynolds at the final corner. And then we start to get into the various tales of woe of those at the back.